There is a lot of talk out there about what happens when you go no contact with a narcissist, or how painful it is when a narcissist punishes you with the silent treatment. But what happens when both of you stop talking to each other? What happens when they deploy the silent treatment to break you and you take that exact opportunity to establish absolute no contact? When you do this, a massive psychological shift takes place. What happens to you internally and how are they impacted? For you, this silence becomes deeply healing, but for the narcissist, that same silence becomes death. It suffocates them. They feel entirely robbed because their entire game was designed to punish you, and instead you flipped the script. When they realize you're not just acting tough, but that your silence is coming from a place of true strength and a decision that you are not ready to bow anymore, it shocks them to their core. Today, we are going to dive deep into what actually happens when you give a narcissist the silent treatment right back. Let's find out. I'm Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, I have a massive announcement. My free 3-day live seminar is happening on June 5th. I've already opened the registrations and thousands of people have booked their spots in just the first 24 hours. You absolutely do not want to miss this life-changing event that only happens once a year. Book your spot right now by clicking the I button above or by clicking the link in the description or the pinned comment below. To truly understand the power dynamics of a double silent treatment, I want to take you back to my own childhood. I grew up in a household with two narcissistic parents. Because of this, I had a front row seat to what it looks like when toxic people weaponize silence against each other. They would give each other the silent treatment for days, sometimes even for weeks. It was a brutal game of ego and endurance. They would go to the extreme of acting like they were mortal enemies living under the exact same roof. There was so much discord that they would completely cancel each other's existence. To give you an idea of how petty and extreme this was, if my father purchased meat with his own money and that meat was cooked for dinner, my mother would completely refuse to eat it right in front of him. She would sit there and eat something entirely different just to make a point that she would not touch anything his money had bought. And my father was no less. He would do the exact same thing in return. Even worse, he would take it to an extreme level of complete abandonment. He would disconnect, put up a wall of ice and go completely cold. He would act as if she had nothing to do with him, as if she were absolutely nothing. He literally cancelled her existence in his reality. And the most traumatic part of it all, they would talk to each other through us, through me and my sister. They would use the kids as human shields and messengers to deliver their poison without having to break their own silent treatment. It was horrific to witness. Now that dynamic was between two narcissists fighting for dominance. But what we are talking about today is fundamentally different. What happens when the narcissist gives you, the empathetic survivor, the silent treatment, and instead of chasing them, you give it right back. You take their silence and you turn it into your no contact. When this happens, a profound psychological war is won without you ever firing a single shot. The first aspect we have to look at is the completely different meaning this silence holds for both of you. When a narcissist gives you the silent treatment, it is a calculated punitive weapon. They are trying to starve you of closure, love, and security. They withdraw their presence specifically to watch you panic. They expect you to bombard their phone with messages, to beg them to talk to you, to apologize for things you never even did, just to restore the peace. Their silence is designed to be a prison. But when you match their silence, everything shifts. Internally, a massive change occurs within you. At first, you may feel the trauma bonding pulling at you. But as the days pass and you hold your ground, your silence transforms from a reaction into a profound state of healing. Your nervous system finally stops spiking. You stop walking on eggshells. You stop performing. You realize that you do not have to beg for basic human decency. Their weapon becomes your shield. The silence heals you because You are finally using your energy to nurture yourself instead of trying to fill the bottomless pit of a narcissist. Now let's go deeper into understanding this suffocation narcissist experiences. While your silence is bringing you peace, it is having the exact opposite effect on the narcissist. To a narc, your silence is extremely destructive. In fact, to them, your silence feels like a psychological death. Why? Because a narcissist does not have an internal sense of self. They only exist through the reflection they see in your reactions. If you are crying, they feel powerful. If you are begging, they feel important. When they give you the exact silent treatment, they expect to feel that power. But when you do not react and you remain completely silent, they feel utterly robbed. They set a trap, and instead of getting caught in it, you just walked away. This bothers them on a level that is hard to overstate. It suffocates them. They realize their ultimate trump card, their absence, means absolutely nothing to you. The game they designed to punish you has completely backfired, leaving them trapped in their own cold void with no emotional supply to feed on. The third aspect is how the narcissist interprets your silence. You're doing it to protect your peace, but the narcissist perceives your silence as a direct, aggressive attack on their character. They cannot fathom that you simply want to be left alone. Because their entire reality is ego-driven, they view your ability to ignore them as the ultimate insult. A narcissist believes they are the absolute center of your universe. By not reaching out, you are committing the ultimate sin against the biggest authority ever known to them, their false self. You are proving that they are irrelevant. This shatters their grandiosity. It forces them to face the terrifying reality that you can survive and even thrive without their permission. They wanted to be the punisher, but now they feel like the victim of your indifference. The fourth and the final aspect is the realization of the finality. This is the most critical juncture of the double silent treatment. In the beginning, the narcissist will try to convince themselves that you are just playing a game. Oh, she never means it. How come they will leave me and not miss me? Because I am the center of their universe. That is what they tell themselves. They will assume you're just acting tough or performing to get their attention, and that eventually you will crack. They think it is only a matter of time before you come crawling back. But as the silence stretches on, a chilling realization washes over the narcissist. They realize this is not a performance. They realize your silence is coming from a place of genuine strength. It is a profound non-verbal declaration that you are simply not ready to bow to them anymore. You have stepped off the battlefield completely. When a narcissist realizes that your silence is rooted in finality, they experience a deep narcissistic collapse. They lose the absolute dominion they thought they had over your mind and spirit. The fifth bonus aspect is how the reversal of chase happens. They break first when that is not something they're used to experiencing. Because of all of these factors, the suffocation, the perceived attack on their ego, and the terror of your finality, the double silent treatment almost always ends in the exact same way. The narcissist breaks. They cannot sustain the silence because they cannot survive without supply. Your silence is self-sustaining. It heals you. Their silence is self-destructive. It starves them. Eventually, they will have to break the tension. They will reach out. It may be a fake apology, a passive-aggressive remark, a sudden crisis, or a casual message acting like nothing ever happened. But make no mistake, when they reach out first, it is proof that their game has completely failed. They wanted to punish you through silence, but you used their own game to strip them of all their power. You forced them to show their hand. You forced them to reveal how desperately they actually need you to exist. This dynamic teaches us the ultimate lesson in narcissistic abuse recovery. True power does not come from screaming the loudest. It comes from realizing that you never needed them in the first place. When they give you the gift of their absence, you do not cry over it. You take it. You lock the door behind them and you use that silence to rebuild your beautiful life. If you're currently sitting in this silence, hold your ground. Do not give them the reaction they're starving for. Let them suffocate in the void they created. If you want to learn exactly how to build this unshakable internal strength and break the trauma bond for good, you need to be at the live seminar. The Thrive After Narcissistic Abuse 3-day live seminar starts on June 5th. Thousands of survivors will be there making their healing possible, and I want you to be there with us as well. So click the link in the description or the comments, book your spot right now. I will see you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.